This morning, Eva Finney will share her thoughts and light our chalice.
Good morning. It's my privilege today to share with you the ways that USG has enriched my life and the life of my family. Kurt and I have been members of USG since 2012. Prior to that, we did not belong to any church in particular. As a child, I was raised Catholic, but as I grew into a young adult, I came to realize that my conception of God was really indistinguishable from the forces of nature, and that I really couldn't properly call myself Catholic or even Christian if I didn't truly believe that Jesus was God. At the same time, as I pursued my education as a neuroscientist, I also came to value the process of inquiry, gathering of data, and deriving conclusions based on the weight of evidence. While I still appreciated the good works that organized religions effect in their communities, I could no longer condone belonging to any organization that told people what they had to believe. Because to me, that is what it meant to belong to a religion. As a Catholic, I was told what to believe. And if it didn't make sense, or even flew in the face of all my life experience, then I was expected to just accept it as truth based on faith. And that is how I thought all religions were. Only the substance of the dogma changed, depending on which religion one subscribed to. While in graduate school, I met and married Kurt, and we had our first child, Rory, in 2001. Our second child, Diana, arrived in 2004. As Rory and Diana grew older, I found myself wishing that we could find a civic organization that we could join as a family that shared our secular humanist values, taught principles of good living, divorced from a dependence on belief in a supernatural God, and which organized concerned citizens to produce positive changes in our local communities and the larger world. I wanted my children to feel connected to the people around them, to understand that they are not isolated units, and to develop a sense of responsibility to enrich the lives of others and make the world a better place. In short, I found myself lamenting that there are no atheist churches. But I was wrong. But then a friend encouraged me to look into the Unitarian Church. She had been attending a Unitarian church for a number of years and thought Unitarian Universalism might be a good match for me. Although I was still skeptical about the notion of joining an organization that called itself a religion, I went online to learn more. As a scientist, I could not reject UU without gathering information on which to base my rejection. I read about the 7 principles online and thought, I can agree with that one, and with that, and with that one. In particular, the 4th principle, a free and responsible search for truth and meaning, spoke to me. Here apparently was a church that allowed every individual to come to their own conclusions about what constitutes the truth. Maybe, just maybe, UU might work for me. Kurt and I started attending USG in fall of 2010 for the start of what was then still called religious education, and we've never looked back. USG is everything I had hoped for and more. We have found a community of responsible, concerned, and caring citizens, you, who value diversity, respect and even encourage every individual's right to come to their own conclusions, and who actively work for social justice and a more peaceful world. I feel privileged to be a member of USG. Rory and Diana attend the Outstanding Child Spiritual Development, or Sunday School program, and as adults, Kurt and I have benefited from moving and thought-provoking sermons with outstanding and inspirational music. 2 years ago, I began teaching in the Sunday School program. I want to say a special thank you to all the parents out there who have shared your children with us weekly. Your children ask probing and insightful questions that challenge my assumptions. I have truly enjoyed teaching them and have learned as much from your children as I hope they have learned from me. Like Lake Wobegon, USG is a place where all the children are above average. And I mean that. Thank you for welcoming Kurt, Rory, Diana, and me into your community.